Hello, and welcome back to SparkPlug TV, where I just had to make sure that it was recording. And on today's episode, we're trying new angles because if there's one thing I like to do, it's experiment. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to SparkPlug TV. My name is Chris, and I do car reviews for literally everybody, not just car enthusiasts. Please don't forget to like this video, comment something down below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so that you get notified whenever I drop a new video, which is whenever I can. Thank you so much for your support. And speaking of support, while I'm doing this three-point turn, thank you to Johnson Maserati Alfa Romeo for sponsoring today's video.
Johnson Automotive is known for providing exceptional service to luxury clients, and Johnson Maserati Alfa Romeo of Cary is no exception. If you want an ownership experience indicative of these amazing Italian machines, Johnson is where you'll find it.
Link in the description below. All right, let's put it into D mode or dynamic. Oh man, I love that engine sound. That is a really good four-cylinder. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but I am still too tall for this Tonale, which is such a shame, man. I really love this thing. I mean, I said this on an Instagram caption, but I have not fallen this hard, this quickly for a car before. And I think it has to do with just, you know, how modern it is, but also how classic it feels at the same time. It's just a really great application in all fronts. So what I forgot to mention in my last video is that this does come with active dampers. Now, I'm guessing, as somebody who has done videos on Alfa Romeos before, the active dampers are probably an option. If I'm not, I will correct myself in the caption. But there is a damper button that even when you're in the dynamic drive modes, you can actually soften it if that's more your speed. For some reason, if you're like driving dynamically but you want to jump around a little bit. But so far, like, I actually think I kind of prefer the Sport Tune suspension. It is a lot tighter, and you can definitely feel that it kind of, you know, tries to retract itself pretty quickly. But I tend to like it just a little bit better. I'm used to Alfa Romeos being very responsive when it comes to like contact with the steering wheel to the road. There is a lot of numbness in the steering, which is surprising for an Alfa Romeo. Now, it's tight enough, right? Like, especially in the dynamic setting. But then if you go back into normal, it does kind of give it a bit more of a comfort feel to the steering setting. But definitely in the dynamic, I think the only thing that it's really eliciting is just a tighter steering, or if you're Volvo, steering feeling firm. I'm actually passing a Volvo. But okay, we're in EV mode right now. There's a little teal EV reticle next to the DNA. So it's DNA EV. It is actually a bit quieter now. Maybe because the engine's not on? Oh god, I love it though. And it's so tight around corners. Even though you can't really feel the steering all that well, like it still is extremely well behaved around corners. You know, the braking is good. The braking is really good. It's really fast. I mean, I would hope so with those giant calipers. And honestly, you don't even really need these giant paddle shifters because the transmission does such a good job on its own. So the other thing is that I've driven the Hornet, right? I have driven the Dodge Hornet, and I prefer this because what I found from the Hornet is that it was a mild hybrid, right? Actually, anyway, it was a mild hybrid, and but it was considered to be an all-wheel drive from my understanding, but it was so front-wheel drive heavy, but it doesn't feel like that in this. You know what the other thing is that this doesn't have any turbo lag, and I think that my main complaint from the Stelvio and the Giulia was that, like, albeit it was a great engine, it had turbo lag. But I think with the added power of the electric motor on the rear axle, it just fully eliminates that because it makes up for it in the rear axle, and that just makes this thing a little bit more smooth, even though it does kind of, you can feel it kind of hiccup every once in a while when the engine tries to jut on, but like, bottom line, like, it's very good. All right, well, that does it for today's video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell icon so that you get notified whenever I drop a new video, which is whenever I can. And thank you again to Johnson Maserati Alfa Romeo of Cary. I don't really necessarily fit in it, but I love it. I love it. Honestly, I wouldn't buy it just based on the fact that, like, I barely fit in it, but honestly and truly, if I did fit in it, I would immediately pick one of these up. This is such a nice Alfa Romeo. It is, like, the other ones are nice, but there's something about this one that just feels special. And I think maybe it's because it's the first PHEV, maybe because it just feels like it was actually designed thoughtfully, inside and out. And I just, like, I love it. I just think it's just a really nice car. It's so fun to drive. It's not, it's approachable. It doesn't look approachable, but it is approachable. It's fun to drive. It's exciting that it's a PHEV. I don't know, I just really like it. Anyways, thank you guys again, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Hey Sparks, thanks for watching today's video. Do you want more SparkPlug TV content? Then you can choose one of these 3 options. Right over here. The middle button is to subscribe to my channel, so please do that. Right over here. These 3. I can't see them in real life, but they're right here.